Yeah, it's like all of a sudden. Yesterday was a quiet day for the most part. Then all of a sudden, um, word was out that everything from I was going to be killed, that I was taken into protective custody by the FBI, that I had been arrested, that apparently Officer Satterley had been implicated in crimes that he didn't. It just got absolutely stupid. Is the only thing I can put to it. And the calls were coming in from friends of ours out in the state. Other police officers, other family and friends were calling our people saying, hey, what's going on in Bardstown? We hear the FBI's there, and idiotic stuff.
A lot of people making a lot of assumptions as soon as they hear Bardstown police officer under investigation. What do you say to all those allegations that just come forth?
Really, I'd like to sit with the person that created it first, that got it started. Where on earth would that come from? We still operate every day as a police department. Things are going to happen, and because one of our officers is being investigated for an issue, doesn't mean that it has anything to do with Ellis. And we just can't have that uneducated mentality of some people to spread things like that. That's not fair to the investigation of the officer or of the Jason Ellis case. Two totally separate issues.
Some people say, why didn't you bring this out? Why was this not public record at the very, very beginning?
Right. Well, anytime there's an investigation, it's not public record. And the situation with our officer is like any other investigation we do. We're currently investigating people for alleged incidents, and the public does not hear about that until there's an outcome. They're cleared, they are indicted, they're arrested. There are several outcomes that make an investigation public record. And so we would have no reason to tell people we're investigating one of our officers. We don't make it public to tell anyone in the community, hey, we're investigating your neighbor for burglary or child porn. That's just not the way investigations are run. Investigations are just that. They're investigations. And when there is a point of either adjudication to some degree, that's when it's public record. So we had no reason to tell anyone on an internal affairs type investigation. Now, once it is closed, there may be things that come out of it that will be public record, and we'll certainly address that. I'm very transparent. I believe in that, and when that time comes, we will address any questions that anyone in the community has.
Tell us what you can tell us about Officer Satterley.
He is under an internal affairs investigation. KSP is assisting us on a portion of the investigation, and because it is ongoing, like any investigation, there's not a lot we can say at this point. I will say that by the end of next week, we intend and hope that this case will be wrapped up. I will say, and I can confirm, this has absolutely nothing to do with the Jason Ellis case. You have to wonder, where do these uneducated folks come from that not only hear it, we can understand that, but get to a point where they believe it and that they would continue to spread it. I think that's the part that's the most troubling.